Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to take a look at the U.S. Army starter box. Well, it's an Army box from Plastic Soldier Company. Right here is the logo. Now, if you're looking to get into World War II gaming or maybe round out your existing forces, I think this is a fantastic box. It says it's got 20 vehicles and 105 figures. Okay, that's a lot. So what we'll do then is open this up. I pre-cut the tabs so I can just pull this off. But before I open it, let's just see what it says I should be getting. So it mentions here there's 7 Shermans of M4A1 and then 5 Sherman M4A1 76mm wet, 3 Stuart M5A1s, and then 5 M3 half-tracks, 29 riflemen, 4 machine gun teams of the M1917, 4 M1919 machine gun teams, then 4 M2 heavy machine gun teams, 4 bazooka teams, 4 80mm mortar teams, 4 120mm mortar teams, and 2 mixed base sprues. So a lot of infantry. Now when I compare this to the German Army box, they got 47 Panzer Grenadiers. So this is going to give you a lot of American infantry to start you out. So there's a lot of versatility in that box. So you got light weapons, heavy weapons, and infantry. Alright, so let's open it up. And it's got a lot of tanks. Yeah. Alright. I'm just setting this cover here off to the side. And already I got some Shermans. Now as I build these, I'll have to learn which ones are the wet ones. I don't do a lot of American gaming. That's one reason I wanted to pick this up. Cost-wise, real quick, if I remember right, this was about $85. So this was more, did cost more than the German Army starter, but I think more comes in the box. That's why you're getting a lot more vehicles that you can assemble. So here is a Sherman, and again, it said it had like, you know, several, what did it say? What did it say exactly? It said I got 7 Sherman M4A1s and then 5 of the 76mm wet. I wouldn't even know looking at this sprue which is which, except maybe by the fact the bigger turret one will be the 76mm wet. Yeah, because I built... Yeah, I keep comparing this to Flames of War because I bought some vehicles to play specifically their tank game, and you buy, and it comes in their starter set has a Panther and then it's got a couple Shermans in it, and these were the 76mm turrets. But as far as wet, I think if my history serves me well, it might not be. I thought they said like they got these little blisters on the side, these little bulges in the hole, and then that was like where the extra storage. That could be. That might be the blister from the wet, because it's one. But like I said, could be totally wrong. I don't normally build or play Americans, so this is like a new journey for me to get an American starter. But 1, 2, 3, 4 Sherman sprues right there. 5, 6, 7, 7. So those could just be the regular Shermans, and that might just be armor blisters. But it looks like I could build either the 75 or a 76mm Sherman out of that. So there's some Shermans there. Then right here, these will be the Stuarts. And it says I should have just 3. Oh. Huh. Well, there's 3 sprues, but check this out. This is interesting. I have 3 whole variants. That's, like I said, I'm always enjoy the fact that you get options. So probably like early, mid, or late war production ones. So that's fantastic. You get a lot of choices that you want to build there. The only problem is, again, deciding which one you want to go with, because once you glue it together, you're stuck. So unless you're really good with magnets, you know, and swapping out holes, you better pick the one you like. But there should have been 3 of those. Okay, so there's my Stuarts off to the side, 3 Stuarts. Then we had, what did I say, 3 half tracks. And now these will be fun. I've not built American half-tracks before. And so this will be kind of fun to see how they build and then compare with the German one. So I'm just going to pull those off. So that's 5 half-tracks. And, you know, so there's the body, a couple parts there for the front cab. I'm not seeing quite as many options, excuse me, options as the German half-track. The German half-track sprue looks like it had a lot more like little extra pieces. This does have like a couple like backpacks. So a couple things that you can use to decorate up your half-track. Well, no, I guess there's some fuel cans. So it looks like you can give your half-tracks a little bit of variety. There's the 2-person crew. So it does look like you get some more figures to populate your half-track than I did with the... Again, I keep comparing it to the Battlefront half-track. The Plastic Soldier Company German half-track looks like it came also with more crew and more options. So this is probably on par comparing Plastic Soldier Company to Plastic Soldier Company. So again, I think this will be a very nice looking half-track once that's built. Alright, so another winner, I think. And now here's something I just noticed. On the track portion, they did the track in the way that I don't like, which is where they put the sprue connections right in the middle of the track. On some of the tanks we looked at in the past, the sprue connections are like on the ends, so you don't really, you know, they don't really matter too much. But like right here, you have to then go in and dig that excess plastic out from between the tracks. That's kind of a pain to do. So luckily there's only a few connection points, so it's not that bad. But that's just, as I was setting this down, it caught my eye and I was like, oh man, I hate when they do that. Alright, now here I'm getting 5 of the wet Sherman. Oh, they don't have the little side blister. Alright, so here are 4 more Shermans. Once again, I'm going to have to plead ignorance as to what exactly, you know, which model this is. Again, I'm thinking there's at least, excuse me, your 75, 76 millimeter option. Now, here's the nice thing, though, is a lot of times with Plastic Soldier Company tanks, the hull might be, you know, glued, and then you're kind of stuck with the hull. But there's usually enough parts that you can build both types of turrets. So it looks like I've got that here. I have a whole lot of cannon barrel options. So it's quite possible that I could easily put together the 75 millimeter turrets and the 76 and then just swap out when I want, depending on the game I'm playing or gear. That's fantastic. So I do appreciate that at least. So once I figure out what Sherman I'm building, at least then I can just, you know, build both types of turrets. Okay, I got a huge stack of plastic over there trying to fall. And, oh, I lost some half-track drivers. They fell out. So we'll just put you there. And then here are lots of sprues for different types of Americans. There's some heavy machine guns here. Alright, that's great. Then the only problem then is deciding if you're going to individually mount these. Now what I might do is individually mount soldiers, but if it's like a gun crew like the heavy machine gun here, it says I should have 2 sprues of bases, which I think they're right down there. That's what I like the bases for. I like to put gun teams, mortars, crews, things like that on bases. And it looks like I've got the 2 right here. So that would give me some basic options. I'm going to keep those out because the German Army box came with one sprue of bases, so that would give me options for mounting some of this stuff. Here's another Sherman sprue hanging out at the bottom, and then one more of American. So this actually gives you a lot of American soldiers to play with, so you could easily fill out a platoon or 2, depending on your rule set, of course, right? But again, that's very good. Oh no, another piece fell off of something here. I can't identify what that is just by looking at it. But no worries. With Here come the assembly instructions. I think, and I've probably mentioned this before, I really like the assembly instructions for Plastic Soldier Company. So again, not required for this kit. So it has all these pieces. So what's nice is, you know that for this particular build, right, you'll use this, but you still have, you can still put it together and have it as a backup. Because I think that's the 75mm gun turret, and again the 76. And these look like they want you to have the 76mm variant. So that's good there. All right, and then on the back, I just think they have beautiful assembly pictures. Okay, so there's your Shermans. I don't know if they have one for the wet Shermans and one for the... They do. So here's the other Sherman. Yep. And same thing. So now it's got the various options you can build there, then color coded, and of course red not needed. Oh, so for this one I don't need the 76mm turrets, I want the 75mm turrets. So I'm guessing this is the wet, because the wet was supposed to be 76mm wet. That's what I'm seeing off the box. So there you go. And again, fantastic assembly instructions. Here's my half track. So you can build an M3 or the M3A1, which I'll probably go with the M3A1 just because I like the little extra bits and pieces on it. And again, color coded for whichever version you're trying to build. Even the front suspension where the wheels connect looks like might be a little different. And then there's your how they look, and then your little assembly instructions on the back. So good. Again, very awesome. And then here, this is your M5. This is your Stuart M5. So you can build early production, mid, and then finally late. I don't know if I need the hedge clipper on there, but again, options, right? Love it. And then here on the back, there's your assembly instructions. And then, oh, what do I gotta cut? It says to cut, I'm looking right here. It says, if assembling a commander figure, split the hatches into 2 halves with a modeling knife. Oh, okay. And that's talking about here. So we're gonna put a commander in, split this hatch, glue it in the open position, and then stick your commander. Options. Yeah, we'll see how brave I am if I do that at all. Then we have infantry. Yeah, because again, this came with a great amount of infantry. I wish the German Army kit had come with as many infantry options. But there you go. There's your assembly for some of them, and then there's some more assembly. Yeah, this would have been fantastic if I had these options with the Germans. But there you go. Looks like the support weapons. So yeah, this was the little bit more expensive pack because again, it does come with more vehicles, more infantry. But again, if you're just looking to start, this I think is a great starter option right out of the box. You get a lot of vehicles, you get a lot of infantry, you get some bases if you want to base them. Let's see. There's no way I'm going to remember how all of this fits back. So we're just going to grab some sprues here and just try to, let's see, try not to ruin things too much. Okay, half track. And then a whole bunch of Shermans. Shermans for you, Shermans for me. And that mostly, we'll put it right there. That should hold it. Okay, and then you get your box. There you go. That is your starter American Army. again, I think that's a great value. If you're looking to get into 15 millimeter gaming, excuse me, stupid cold. I think this is great because, again, you can use these with any rule set. Bolt action. I know most people bolt action, they use the larger 28 millimeter. But again, if you just want to buy, an Army, go compare the prices between bolt action starter sets. Now, I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying, like, for me, sometimes cost is something I got to think about. So when you look at like a starter kit for bolt action, you pay, $100, and you get like one half track and like maybe one or two squads of Panzer Grenadiers, and then a couple squads of Americans for $100. Yeah, they're nice figures, and that's what you're paying for, is the size and the quality. This, you're paying for a smaller size, and I think the quality is still good, as you can see from the sprues and the unboxing. These are great looking in their scale, but you're going to get so much more. So a lot of times people ask me, hey, which scale do you prefer? And I usually say 20 or 15, and mostly it's for cost. These Army boxes in 15 millimeter I just thought was a bargain I could not pass up. Plus, like I said, most of my gaming in the past has been East Front, so I have a lot of Germans, I have a lot of Russian stuff laying around, so I wanted to add some Americans. And this was a great way to do it at a cost and in a scale that I have. So you'd have to go and look and see if they have 20, which I didn't research to see what other scales they have these Army boxes in. But if you were going to ask me, hey, then do you prefer 20 or 15? I think for looks and collectability, I still like 20. But as far as gaming, to where you get more bang for your buck, 15 is still the way to go. And especially now that you have great Army starter boxes, I might go ahead over time pick up. They have a British for like Commonwealth, and they also have two different Russian starters. There's an infantry Russian box, and then a armored battalion, I think, or an Army box. So there's a tank one for the Russians and infantry, and those will give you, again, a lot for your money. But that's what's in the box here. So that's me talking on some extra points there. But yeah, go ahead, give these a look for yourself, see what you think, and I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching.